Well, our show finally is gaining some legitimacy as we have our first guest that we are going to interview on the Other Black Guy Who Likes Guns show. And this is really a special moment to me because I think we've gotten over the hump. So here's the first interview for the Other Black Guy Who Likes Guns show. Thanks for watching. First off, thank you. And welcome to the show, brother. As you know, you hold a very special honor as our first guest interview on the Other Black Guy Who Likes Guns show. How do you feel? Word, man, that's cool, bro. Appreciate that shit, for real. So when you came up with this concept of the Other Black Guy Who Likes Guns show, what was the logic behind it? Well, I fought in the great meme wars in Kyrgyzstan back in 2016. It was one of the bloodiest I've seen yet. We lost a lot of profiles. We lost some friends. And we lost Harambe. I see. And due to my stance on liberty and firearms, I was compared to the other black guy that talks about guns. Like Colion Noir. Who? The black guy from the NRA. Oh yeah, him. Yeah, homeboy. Yeah, for sure. So is that how you came up with the name of the show? Nope. Okay, well, who did then? I originally called it The Matthews Show, after me, Marcus Matthews. Then Agent DK came in and suggested I change the name. Agent DK? Yeah, he's Greek. So what is the premise of your show, and how do you define yourself as the other black guy? The premise is absolute liberty in absolute terms. I'm not the only black guy talking about this shit. No different than any other white guy talking about this shit. The lack of liberty in your neighbor's house is the lack of liberty in yours. Interesting. So what's your problem with government? Yeah, fuck government. Well, would you care to elaborate on that? Hell no. It is what it is. Serious question here. Do you have a problem with authority? Aren't they here just to keep us safe and give us liberty? What's your problem, man? No one gives us liberty. You are born of liberty. As far as keeping us safe, my safety isn't in Iraq or Afghanistan. It isn't in Syria or in West Africa. All this terrorism shit is born out of foreign powers meddling and manipulating other countries' inner dynamics for economic exploitation. Nothing more. How is that economic exploitation? It's pretty simple. It's when you take more than you earn, and it is simple morals or lack thereof. If you engage in enterprise, whereas you increase your profit margins by deceit, corruption, or violence, that is not capitalism. If your means to create capital causes death and maiming in order to produce said wealth, how can that be moral? Capitalism lifts people out of those conditions. Interesting, because some would say that slavery actually lifted blacks out of those conditions. How do you respond to that? It's a common argument I've been hearing a lot lately, unfortunately, and I just simply view it as their uninformed opinion. How can one justify the denial of liberty and freedom as an improvement over self-determination? Your happiness in life is not mine. Your choice in lifestyle is not mine. All things are not the same until we agree upon them, basically. Therefore, your standards are not mine. It is the simplest form of liberty. You can take care of you and yours however you see fit, as long as it doesn't directly impede my efforts to do the same by means of immoral intent. Okay, so what does all of this have to do with guns? Guns ensure that those who intend to cause chaos have something to lose as well. Okay. Thank you for your time today. It was a pleasure. Thank you for having me. Thank you for watching the show. I really appreciate all the people who have supported this thus far, this enterprise. And, peace be unto all of you. One love.